What's up, you guys? It's Layla Lynn, and I'm back with another video. In this video, I have tea on both Real Housewives of Atlanta and Real Housewives of Potomac. Candiace did a podcast episode calling Monique an unhealed clown. And we have tea from the Real Housewives of Atlanta regarding Shamea and Portia and all the allegations that Brit Eady made. So we're going to get into all of that in this video. But first, if you're watching, if you haven't yet subscribed, subscribe to this channel if you like this type of content and click the bell so that you don't miss a video. And on June 30th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm holding a live feminine communication workshop. My entire social media empire is actually built on feminine communication. And so if you communicate with men, if you deal with men and you want to get more out of your communications with men, make sure you sign up for my workshop. So if you have been watching this channel for a while, first of all, you know this is primarily a voiceover channel. I've built my entire social media empire on my voice, the way I talk to people and the way I talk about people. So I'm holding a live workshop on feminine communication, like how to talk to people, especially men. So this is the agenda. This is June 30th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The first thing we're going to talk about is how to talk to your man in public, the things you need to say to him in front of other people to get the energy you want from him. Number two, we're going to talk about how to talk to him behind closed doors, how to talk him through it behind closed doors, in the bedroom, or what have you. And last but not least, we're going to talk about how to stay in your feminine energy during conflict, which is like the biggest issue when it comes to feminine energy. A lot of times you're not in your feminine energy because you're in conflict. So we're going to talk about how to actually stay in your feminine energy during conflict. So make sure you register. This is not something that's going to be on YouTube. This is private. So register on my website. I'll leave a link below and in the comment section. All right, guys. So let's start with the Shamea. Shamea looks so good in these series of pictures that she posted to her Instagram account, her and Kelly. Kelly, in this picture, what stands out most is Kelly's lip filler. And I feel like when you get lip filler, you have to kind of learn how to smile again, like learn how to pose again, because Kelly's lip filler is killing this picture. But otherwise, Shamea looks great. And she said in the caption, I was happy to be there to support my friend, who is Kelly, on one of the toughest days of her life. I'm so happy that her divorce is final. Now, let's get down to business. I've never used Kelly's stylist. That was one of the allegations that Brit Eady made. She said, number two, I've never shown Lion Brit any text. Portia and I not going out to celebrate me having a peach was discussed at her Pampered by Portia event. Brit is grasping for straws at this point. Now, speaking of the dynamic between her and Portia, I did do a video on that. If you've ever heard of destiny swapping, it seems like Portia has been trying to prevent Shamea from destiny swapping with her for years. So I'll put a link in the top right hand corner of this video so you can check out that video. Number three, she said, I never bring up what someone does or does not do with their body regarding the allegations Brit made about Kelly not keeping her pregnancies. Screaming someone has had a termination was out of line and way below the belt. Way below the belt. This is so true. Happy Sunday, y'all. And you can see in the comments, Kelly agreed with all three statements. I do agree. I do think Brit Eady was lying. She was grasping for straws at that point. Brit Eady, it looks like in response, Brit Eady posted this. She posted a picture of herself. She does look nice in her little outfit. And she said, this is why they're all mad. And she lists the stylist was Paris Shea. That's the person that was on the show styling her and Kelly. Hair, B. Dave. Makeup, Renika the MUA. And fit is Revolve and Sergio Rossi. And she's saying basically Kelly is mad because she looked better in the clothes. And some people were saying that that's why the stylist gravitated towards her because she looked better in the clothes. So y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about what Shamea had to say and Brit Eady, what she had to say regarding the reason the girls are really mad at her. Let me know if y'all agree or not. And I want to talk about RHOP. Candiace did an interview on Gia Pepper's Heal Girl Era podcast. I will put a link below. This seems like a really good podcast for you all to check out and subscribe to her podcast, subscribe to her channel. I really enjoyed this interview. In it, they talked about Candiace's experiences on the Real Housewives of Potomac and specifically her experience with Monique. Now, I've always shared with you guys that I felt like Monique was wrong for fighting Candiace. She really had the issue with Giselle, but she would not fight Giselle. And I felt like she picked on Candiace because she could. Like she felt she could intimidate Candiace. Like she felt like she could beat her. That's why she fought her. because if she didn't think she could win, she would not have fought Candiace. That's point blank, period. She fought who she thought she could beat, number one. And number two, she fought who gave her that energy. Like Giselle didn't give her "I'ma fight you girl" energy, but Candiace did. So that's why she fought Candiace, in my opinion. But I still hold true to my opinion that Monique was wrong for fighting Candiace. But anyway, this is what Candiace had to say on the podcast.
When we think about eras and times, obviously the most painful era was you and Monique's moment. And you talked about like the chipping away and the attacks and the madness and all the things that happened. Did any part of you like did any part of you have to like die to get through that moment?
Yeah, I died. Yes, I died. It was like, yeah, I was under the bed. And I like to make this distinction. My angst was not about the actual physical altercation. The angst came after, when
backlash,
said person used her minions to lie. And at the time, I respected production. I respected the process, and we weren't supposed to be talking about anything that was happening during principal photography because we didn't have an air date yet. She was like, "F this! I'm about to tell everybody."
And it became vlogs.
Yes,
okay.
That was all her putting all of that
outside,
out there, planting all those seeds, and they were all in her favor with all of the lies that she was spreading. And it was, I look at it now, and it's like this is such unhealed clown behavior, just unhealed era.
Yeah.
I look at it now, and it's like this is such unhealed clown behavior, just unhealed era.
Yeah.
But at the time, I couldn't understand, like, why would someone do that? Why would someone lie like that? And why would you break the rules? And
production.
Yes,
got it.
Because in my mind, I would never thought to do that.
Yeah.
So that was where the under the bed for me came from. It's like the disbelief that someone could lie like this.
And then the blogs pick it up.
Yes.
Then it airs.
Yes.
So that whole time.
Yep.
In between, nervous.
Not nervous, anxious. All the stages of grief. Angry, emotional, thinking that, okay, I'm over it, but I'm not.
Yeah. Acceptance.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of that I went through. And then, you know, we always talk about in these shows, you live this 3 times.
Yes.
You live it when you film it, you live it when it airs, and then again at the reunion.
Ugh.
So I'm having to go through this
so many times.
and then feeling like, as much as I was like hanging on by a thread, not wanting to be a burden to people. And like producers that were kind were checking in on me, but a lot of it felt like this is obligatory because this is a corporation and I got to make sure that, you know,
legally.
Yes.
Got it.
So that felt weird.
Yeah.
But then also like discovering people that I thought were friends. Robin checked on me like every week during that time.
I love that.
I'm trying to think of somebody else. There were people that like really checked in and like made sure that I was like in my body.
Yeah.
And it was not a fun time.
So for 2 years, because that like 3 times, pretty much almost for like a year or two, you had to be in survival mode.
And even after that, people would still like come up to me and be like, I can't believe that she did that, and or online, never to my face, online, she should be all of that.
Yeah.
So y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about Candiace's comments about Monique on the show and how Monique treated her. Recently, when it was revealed that Monique and Giselle had a sit down while filming for the next season of the show, I can almost guarantee you that in that sit down, Monique is still trying to be accepted by Giselle. I can almost guarantee you that she's trying to make peace with Giselle and she wants to hang with Giselle. That's my opinion. She wants to be friends with Giselle. And I also think that Candiace would come back to the show. I think she still wants to be on the show. I think that's why you see her hanging out with the other ladies from the show. Like you saw her with Mia, Jazzy, Mia's friend. I think she still wants to be on the show. But y'all leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. And as always, thanks for watching. Now, if you made it this far to the end of the video, then I think you like my content. So make sure you subscribe and check out my channel. I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. Check out my playlist and my podcast, and I assure you, you will like more of my content.